There, I'm Carmen and welcome back to Aligned Pilates. Today I'm going to be doing the basic reformer workout. So you can either watch it once through or join me as we move along. Start at the front of your reformer. Your springs for footwork will be between, it can vary, but I'm going to work on 3. I'm going to start with the arms crossed, tummy pulls in and up, and we lower down with control. Center yourself into your reformer, feet on the foot bar in toes, and we're going to press out and come back in. As you come back in, you want to resist a bit more as the tummy pulls in and up. So go ahead and do 10 of those. And then bring your legs together. Feet curl over the bar so you're in what we call arches. Reach your arms long down beside your body. Keep your toes curling over the foot bar, reaching away through a strong center. Let's go to the heels. And press the foot bar away and pull the carriage back in. Deepening the center in both directions. Open the chest if you're starting to close that down. And then we'll bring our feet back to that toes position. We press out, and this is called the tendon stretch. You're going to lengthen the heels down as the upper body goes in that direction. You're going to soften your knees a bit so that you get into the lower body work here. Lifting and lowering as you go. So go ahead and do 10 of those and then come back in. Moving on to the hundreds, take a hold of your handles. Try to coordinate by lowering your foot bar down without having to break the routine with your feet. So for the basic hundreds, we're just going to take the arms, reach forward and lift the legs so everything goes up at once into the hundreds and begin pumping. So arms connect onto your back, legs are reaching, lengthening out through your low back, and the legs reach out through that and the tummy's strong. If that's too much, put your feet down, just do the upper body. If that's too much, put your head down, keep your carriage still, and then return the carriage in. All right, go ahead and sit up and change your springs to 2 in the middle. And you're going to go to the back of your reformer and grab your straps, put them over your shoulders to prepare for the frogs and circles. So if you have a nice teacher, maybe they can do this for you. Just kidding. Here at Aligned, we do everything on our own. I like to put the handles on the inside of the straps, and then the clipped part of my long straps, I will place those on the outside, okay? And hook those there. My headrest remains up. Again, lower down with control. Find the center of your reformer. Pick your loops up, and you're going to lift and place one foot in and the other. You're going to bring your spine so that it's long all the way down through the tailbone onto the mat. Lengthen away, strong in the legs, resisting as you come back in. The tummy pulls in and up away from those legs. So go ahead and do, 5 to 10 are fine. On your last one, remain out there. Bring the legs up, but not so that the tailbone lifts off. Open and do a circle. Keep steady on the mat. And watch that the knees are not overextending or tightening too much, or they're overbending. So you want to keep a long leg and circle the other direction. Reach out and away from your core. And don't forget about your upper body. Keep it working into the mat. And then bring it back in. Moving on. You can just drop those down behind you. We're going to sit up. We're going to put our foot bar up. And we're going to move into the elephant. When you're getting on the reformer, if you're new to Pilates or you're starting your reformer classes, be sure to not lift this up for safety. So you're always pressing down into the bar. Step up onto the platform, to your mat, and then with your hands, long wrists, reach one heel back into the shoulder block and the other one. So the carriage remains closed. So you feel like a lot of the weight is in those back heels. Pull the tummy in and up underneath the ribs. Press out, only as far as those heels stay in and connected to the mat, and pull it in. And out, pull it in. Just notice if you're putting a lot of emphasis up into the arms. Sit back in those heels, lift up underneath your ribs with your belly. Long neck. So this is just our basic reformer, and hold it shut. Step off with control. Take your mat, your pad, place it in the front of your reformer, and change your springs to either 3 or 2. I'm going to choose 2 outside, 1 in the middle, and we're moving into the exercise called stomach massage. Place your feet on the foot bar back into that V on toes that you know. Take a hold of the carriage mat, and then feel your body come into a round spine shape. Press the foot bar away, and then for a bonus, lift more up into the core as you reach your heels away and come back in. And we're going to pick up the tempo a bit. So really watch how your feet are reacting and interacting with your bar. If my feet press down and I go out, I don't have anywhere to really go. But if I stay strong in the feet, lower lift, I'm going to get that extra stretch and lift that I need for my low back. Take off a spring. The next exercise is the hands back. You're in a tall back, reaching tall through the crown of the head and pressing the foot bar away. We'll add that tendon stretch here. Just kind of feel where you are in space. I sort of like to jut my chin out when I'm trying to get taller. So I'm going to really think just straight up through the crown of the head. And then for an added challenge, I'm going to take my arms away, see if I can remain in that tall back, and I'm just going to push out and in. Tummy pulls right up underneath those ribs, so that low back sits me up. Last one, and bring it in. All right, let's go on to the short box. You're going to put your foot bar down, keep your pad there, and then put your headrest down. We're going to go collect our box and bar. Place it over top of your shoulder blocks, And on this piece of apparatus that we've got these eyelets here that are just keeps that there for safety. My bar is there, and the pad's gonna go somewhere where I'm going to have a seat. 2 outside springs, so those did not change. Place your feet underneath your straps. If you practice the neck pull on the mat, or if you're on, you're gonna feel your legs just right underneath you. Hands on the waist, and you're gonna find a tall back. You're gonna reach out through the heels to allow that spine to articulate and lowering back. And then round over the waist and back again. Now you're going to go to what feels good in your body, okay? Because this is just kind of basic. All right, so that's the round. The reach, take a hold of your bar. I love a nice wide bar to keep my arms wide and open, connecting down, right down to the base of my spine as how I'm thinking of it. Tall back, reach up to go back, reach up more to come in. Repeat. We're going to add on the side to side. So my bottom part of my body remains very still on the box. As my upper body, my torso, side bends. I'm going to use my legs reaching away to get up more as I side bend. Great, and we're going to leave it with that because it's just the basic. So you can put your box and bar away. And you're going to need your headrest up soon, so put that up. Put your foot bar up. Still on those 2 springs, so you don't have to change them. Going onto your knees, kneeling for the knee stretches, round and arch. Okay? So you're gonna get your feet right into the back, connecting into those blocks. Arms are long. Use the connection of your feet into that to help find the round in the spine. And for 10, we're gonna kick out and pull it in. Keep very still in the upper body as the low body works the spring. Then we shift our spine to an upper arch. The low back reaches through the heels. This is a toughie for me. It is not my favorite. Close the carriage. Sit down at the front, add another spring, kind of what you did on footwork, laying down for running. Feet are going to be in parallel, pressing out long, reaching through the foot bar and out through the crown of the head, and begin that alternating tendon stretch. So we call that running. Legs and hips are really, the legs are moving, but the hips are still. The tummy's pulling in and up underneath those ribs. Chest is open. Oh, I feel great. Even for a basic, my heart rate's up, I'm feeling sweaty, and that just took a matter of maybe 10 minutes. And I'm going to place my feet out for the pelvic lift. I'm going to lift my pelvis up without moving my spring, with control, pressing out long And pulling it back in, pressing it out long, feeling my bottom half, my glutes really connecting, my stomach in and up, and I'm not overdoing the knees. I'm going to watch that I don't push up into these blocks too much. So I really have to hold with my upper back and arms. And roll back down. There you go. A quick basic reformer workout. If you have any questions about that, just comment in the space below. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.